I am Powered by Love TV. Soulmate Soulscopes, December 1st through 15th. This is going to be the Aquarius Decan ones from January 20th to the 29th. With Josh. Take one.
Hi, welcome to Powered by Love TV. Thank you guys for tuning in. My name is Josh, as she just said. We're going to be doing our Soulscopes to welcome my Aquarius friends here on my Decan ones. Welcome. We are actually going to do also on top of our December 1st and 15th, we're going to be doing our year-end review, so our 2020 review. And I want you to stay tuned because on the 15th, we're going to be doing 2021 predictions for next year. Obviously, we're going to be doing, 15th to 31st, but those are the big things that we're going to be doing. So, make sure you do subscribe, hit the bell so that way you get those both when they come out. And do appreciate you guys here for tuning in and sending you guys some love here. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Because Aquarius, my Decan 1 friends, this year was a curious year for you. You started off wanting to try, new adventures, things that, passions, dreams, some desires, things that you are seeking for yourself, and things that make you feel good, but also things that you wanted to try and, monetize, as in, either being creative or starting a new venture, business venture, or just in a different career path, one more to your liking. And so that was a lot of the beginning, and it kind of got halted, and you were like, what? Some of you kind of continued to go through with it based on your own terms and pushed and persevered. Some of you kind of took a step back and were like, okay, so now what? And it had you thinking, where, now what do I do? Where do I go? And it kind of put you back into your 2019, 2018 self, kind of going through, and it was getting a little emotional for you throughout the year, kind of weighed in on you, and you saw us kind of affecting relationships, and we had some arguments. There's fights here around August. Just some things were getting really shaky. So now we're kind of starting to go towards our upswing. But there's some things that are blocking us at this time. Our energies from the 1st through the 15th are going to be a saying a mental challenge. It's going to be some digging deep for some clarity, looking for some insights. As you know, I'm Powered by Love. Whatever pops out comes to show. And this is our conscious oracle with tarot deck here. So let's see if we keep going. With this kind of mental cloud, it just got very kind of foggy. My vision was feeling a little blurry, and we're not necessarily knowing where to go now because our entire world had shifted this whole year, and our flow is off. So we're trying to get back into a balance and trying to get back into some stability. But we dealt with some major just self-confidence and some doubts, and then maybe we weren't meant to do this, maybe we weren't meant to go through with this at the time. And so we were pushing heavily, and this is definitely going to be a time for you to reach this mental clarity and really dive into the self and understand, see where we need to go. So we're going to start with these three here that pulled, and we're going to get one more. Power. We should start with that because that's what they're saying. So yeah, so this is definitely a time to take back control here, as you got power and authority coming at you here. We'll start with power. I like this card because that's where you need to stand. Understand that you are the one creating some of these emotional troubles. Outside sources we feed because being an empath, you feel these, and we internalize it too much and then attach it onto our own. So that's why here, choosing wisely onto our next steps, on which battles to take, understanding which ones not to go forward at this time. You're going to be tested here, most definitely. So power, and you also have authority, being that authority figure for yourself, kind of being in command. I want you to take back. You let the ego run wild. You started off strong in the beginning, and then when things went sideways, you just let the ego continue to run the rest of the year, and it set you back a little bit. Set you back. So they want you to regain everything here. That's where the spiritual union is coming in. Pow pow. Spiritual union, time to get deep rooted and deep connected back into that self, that's standing in that power of the higher self, and going back into this creative creation, hearing where you're supposed to be going, what you need to be doing. And so this time is definitely a time to sit with the self, understand your power, and kind of take it back. Because the ego has been running your mind amok, and you haven't liked it at all. And we're going to go ahead and do the Moonology deck here. Like this one, in honor of our eclipse, our phenomenal eclipse. Moon. Love it. Today. So, boom, 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 boom. I love these. Don't let your past hold you back. Again, this is just alluding to what we were talking about, how you got set back when they talked about the 2018 and 2019 self. Kind of all these remembrances of where we were, not wanting to be there, we continue to dwell on it. And so it's just asking you to seek that message of, okay, where are these similar emotions stemming from? What didn't I deal with at that time? Surrender to the divine, going right with our spiritual union at this time, is what they want you to do. So the Moonology deck is next steps. Not to mention that if you haven't been here before. As we surrender and step into our power and choose, who we want to be, you can then show the world the real you, standing in your power and your authority of this aspect of who you are. So this is definitely going to be a transformational time for you. Although it's going to be heavy, it's going to be deep, it's going to be emotional digging. It's going to be a time for you to choose, should I engage with this person or should I not engage with this person? Is it going to, how does it affect me? Do I need to work deeper on myself at this time? Yes, they're screaming yes. So take the moment to sit with yourself, especially for the early part of this week, so that way we can develop much further for this next eclipse that we'll have coming on the 15th. So I do want to appreciate my Aquarius Decam ones for tuning in today. Don't forget, for your 2021 predictions here, we'll be bringing you coming up on the next series of our Soulmate Soulscopes. And check out down below if you haven't yet. If you do want to win a chance to win a free reading, we are doing those in 10 minutes. And I am Josh. I am sending you